Frank come all excited one day because there was a tractor for sale out here on 59, and he calls me up, I'll be at your house in 5 minutes. Yeah, come on, we gotta go look at a tractor for the airport. So we drive out there and look at it, and it was too big for what we were looking at. And it was a nice gesture and everything, and it was overpriced, and I just said, no, we're gonna pass on that one.
Size of what you think?
Yeah. We're looking for something probably compact, not subcompact, but compact. And I had talked to, something in the 25, 30 horsepower range, I think.
Okay.
Pardon me?
40. 25, I think, is probably, I mean, that's like garden tractor size.
No,
That's
no. If you get into the compact and not the subcompact, but I'll tell you what, my proposal is that we just let Jeff, because he did all this footwork to get this money anyway, that we just let Jeff go ahead, do some research on it, and get back to us with a proposal. If we need to have a special meeting because of a special sale, or the other thing is, I know when I was on the village board, we applied for municipal purchase on a piece of equipment. It was actually, let's see, it was a loader. It was a cat loader. And what they worked out with us is because the municipal got such a break on the new loader, they would give us a loader for X amount of money, okay? And we bought the loader, and then every 2 years, we would trade the loader back to the cat dealer and get a brand new loader with no money. Because then they would sell it at the regular, at a used price, which was higher than what we paid for it new. So, and I see now they've got a John Deere loader here. And so it might be worth talking to a couple of John Deere dealers to see if there's some municipal possibility there, or any of it.
Right.
Any
yeah,
of
I've talked to
you know.
Treebolt, or Sadowski's now.
Treebolt just got sold to
Sadowski.
Yeah.
May want to talk
Appleton.
to Josh as well. I'm sure working for
That
the
really sounds like a
dealers,
great
probably
deal.
got all kinds of.
That you're stuck up against.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's available, but it's worth checking on to see if we can do something like that. But Jeff, I'm gonna kind of leave it up to you, or I think we should, I make a recommendation that we leave it up to Jeff, and then he comes back.
I do have as I'm reading this, I bought long story short, I bought a Kubota tractor. I have a Jima tractor that needs some TLC, but I'd be willing to donate it to the airport. But I think you'd have to evaluate the Jima tractor to see where it's at and see if it's worth, fixing. Or
Well, I think he's gonna want something
bigger,
maybe a bit bigger and
okay,
whatnot, and of course, we don't want to get into a maintenance nightmare.
okay,
Where he's working. The thing about it is if he can find a new one within a reasonable price,
sure,
with a warranty on it
sure,
and such, when you look at a tractor like that for the application that we got, we're looking at 30-year property.
sure,
That thing's gonna be out here working after you guys throw dirt in my face.
sure.
So, we might as well, if the funds are available, we might as well see what we can do about it. And Jeff, if you'd be so kind as to look and make some recommendations, maybe come up with some happy brochures. And like I say, if it's something that is time sensitive because of a program ending or something like that, we can call a special commission meeting just to assess that particular item. Okay.
So I second the motion for allowing that.
Okay, so I made the motion.
Second.
We have a second. Trying to keep me honest here or what? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, item number 3, I think has been successfully put to rest. Discuss the possibility to take action, transfer COVID relief funds from town to airport. The checks were written to the owner of the airport, which was the town of Palmyra. Okay, and it's for airport use only, so the money has to be transferred from the town account over into the airport account. Okay, but that takes an act of the town board to do. So that would probably, I think, Michelle, you said you were gonna put that on the agenda for
Yep.
January meeting?
That's the plan.
So it's money to come in, it's for the airport. They probably should have cut the check to Palmyra Airport, but they elected not to. So now we're jumping through a couple extra hoops. But the money's there, that's what it's designated for. Can't be used for anything else. It's money that we spent at the airport during COVID years. And then this is reimbursement for that money that we spent. So, like I say, Frank was good enough to find that, hey, it's available. And Jeff was good enough to go back and do the paperwork and get the job done, so. That's a real windfall, a real plus for the airport. Okay, discuss and take action on the 2026 budget. Jeff, you're on.
Okay, so I have a stack up there for the proposed 2026 budget. So I considered, so just kind of looking at the revenue portion of it. So with the new T hangar, construction finished, and the price increase on the existing T hangars, that gets us and probably I did like a 95% fill, figuring, okay, there's gonna be some months that people are moving in and out, so it's not the full. So that's kind of the $30,000 of revenue from hangar rents. And then we got stormwater 5,500, which is reimbursed by all the users. And then the CAW, what's the kid's name?
Nick
Nick's
Crawford, for the
for
park
the
land
land rental,
release, yeah.
right? And then miscellaneous income, that's kind of the $3,000 donation that the PFC does towards fertilizer and grass seed. And then the hangar lease area, so that kind of gives us a revenue and income for the airport of about 53.2K. And so I kind of went through all the items. We have been incurring more expense in repairs of things as our equipment is getting older and stuff is starting to break. Our liability insurance is going up. So I guess if you take this budget, compare it to the 25 actuals, you can kind of see what our spending on 25 was versus what's on the 26 budget. So I kind of bumped everything up a little bit to accommodate increased prices and increase of things breaking and needing repair. There's a little more electricity usage on the new T hangar, which then comes off of the revenue part. And so if you take a look at 25 versus 26, so the budget amount in 25 was 25.4K, and so this year I'm proposing a 32.9, or call it 33. And then, so we will probably make twice the revenue this year as last year, or this next year. So we're looking to have an extra 20K of revenue to put in the bank at the end of 26.
Well, you certainly lived within the budget last year.
Right.
I think this is, the cost of everything is escalated beyond belief.
And we've done most of the, we do the repairs of the equipment pretty much, Chris and I do it ourselves.
Right.
We don't send it out for a blown hose and a tractor where they come and pick it up, take it to their place, replace the hose, and that $400 hose then becomes a couple thousand.
$1,600 because, yeah.
Right, of all that, so we tend to kind of save our money, by doing a lot of this stuff ourselves.
Well, we're certainly grateful for the efforts that you put in along that line too. Agreed. Well, gentlemen, what's your pleasure? I don't see any issues with this budget at all. Certainly looks reasonable. And
So the one thing I was looking at, last year we got dinged a pretty good spike on the electric usage of the original T hanger,
yes,
and I'm still not convinced that that's taken care of. I mean, that has come down. I mean, what I did kind of go through is look through the hangers, and I noticed some of the hangers, the lights were on for, there's supposed to be motion lights that go off after a while,
right.
and they were just on. And we had some $240 electric bills where they're normally about $80.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is put something in our panel that kind of looks at the energy usage, or try to devise some way. I don't know if I can do it through the electric company. Sometimes you can kind of look at, the immediate usage or the usage throughout the week or something like that, but I want to have some feedback mechanism so that I know that things aren't being left on. And because we probably overspent by $800 on keeping lights on, I think, last year.
Okay.
And so
What does that look like? Is that a meter?
probably just a meter. I'm going to try to get maybe some Wi-Fi devices or something that will tell us that there's current being drawn on lighting circuits or something like that, just to kind of preemptively watch things rather than finding out after you get the bill and you're like, holy cats.
Is there a possibility of LED lighting, which less wattage, and or motion sensor? So now when people that leave the lights on and leave their hanger, bing, it goes out.
We have both. Even in the old hangers, there are LED lights, motions. But I've been finding some of the motions I don't know that are working all the time.
Okay.
And I know the motion in my hanger has failed, so I just use the switch. And I've been asking people to use the switch rather than rely on the motion.
Another option is a timer switch. You wait for an hour, and it counts down and it clicks off. If you're still living there in the hanger, you are in.
And then the lights will go out on you.
Well, I'm just saying that that's one way to force the lights to go out.
Right.
I mean, it's just an option.
So there's probably a sideline project that I want to look at to figure out, at least to monitor what's going on. So if there's something happening, I don't have to wait so long.
It looks like you got a little push in here to be able to do that.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's, what do you think?
Motion to adopt the budget?
Yeah, that'd be.
All right, I motion to adopt the budget.
So just a second, so are we actually adopting the budget, or do we have to send that to the town board?
No,
For the-
well,
for-
what
that was a
happens
question
is
I
I
had.
think we have to have a budget to send to them.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're doing is
So you approve it, and then send it to us?
a proposed budget that gets sent to them, and then they can roll it into wherever they need to.
So let's call it, in the motion, let's call it a proposed budget. Is that
That's
is that
fine.
correct?
Yeah. Ray made the motion.
I'll second.
I think Cal said.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Yeah, Cal said.
Tie for second.
He's fast, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, he's quick. Get her done.
Did we vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Jeff, for the work you did on this.
Okay.
Okay, set 2028 T hanger and other lease rates.
On that, we did set lease rates previously for 2025, 26, and 2027. The reason we need them for the T hangers for 2028, which were suggested but not adopted by the commission, was that if someone enters a 2-year lease right now, they will include some months of 2028. So
Yes.
Jeff uses that in his calculations, and I don't know if you're doing an average, Jeff, to get a rate. Like if somebody rented a T hanger right now today, you would have rates for, well, let's call it next week. You'd have rates for 2026, 2027, and 2028. You average those and make a one rate for the 2 years, or do you, how have you been doing that?
Quite sure what you're asking.
The question is, if I rent,
2 years?
yeah,
We do a 2-year lease.
So why would it go into 28?
because if
Oh,
in 2026, you'd have months from 2026, 2027, and a couple of months of 2028.
Into January would, but we're still in December, so.
So I understand that, but
And I'm not disagreeing.
because you're
I'm
the
just
one, you
confused.
wanted us to propose, have these rates
Yeah.
done in November or December, because I think you, the town board needed to take some action.
Yeah, no, I'm not. You're saying if somebody signed a lease today.
I shouldn't say
There would
today,
be
I should say
months-
next month.
Yeah.
Before our next meeting.
That was my
Right.
confusion.
An action.
Yeah.
So we need to set the rate for 2028.
We need to set the rate for 2028 on the T hangers. And then my question for Jeff was, if I rented a hanger next month, one of the new T hangers, I would be $180 a month for all of 2026, $185 for 2027, and the months of that lease of 2028 would be $190 a month. Are you doing that? Are you averaging that out and making?
no, I'm changing the rate.
You're changing the rate every year.
Every year.
Okay, thank you. I didn't state that well, so.
Okay, now I understand.
Okay, so now I'm confused.
You're on.
Let's, okay, so we're looking at setting the rate for the existing renter
No, and
and
new renters.
new renters.
Right.
For 2028, and that is 180 for existing.
Correct.
And 190 for new.
Correct.
Okay.
And new.
And what?
New and new hangers.
New and new hangers.
New and
Either
new
or.
renters, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Motion?
Make a motion to, set existing current renters at 180 and new at 190
For 2028.
for 2028.
I'll second that.
Okay. Cal, second.
Thank you.
I'm good for one more month. I'm good for one.
Great.
I'm glad you're having fun with this.
I gotta have a little fun, huh? Okay.
Are we gonna take a vote?
Yes. Give me a second. My goodness. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
That wasn't even
Okay.
AI, it was
Talk
just
about-
I.
Talk about rates.
Pardon me?
Talk about rates.
Yeah.
So now it's an even year coming up for land lease people.
We need that as well, and that's why I wrote it, I think the way I did. Hanger and other lease rates.
Yes.
So we can, I don't have a copy of the lease with me. How much can we raise?
Here's a percentage, remember?
Yeah,
So it's 3% for people with the old leases,
Yes.
and it's 5% for people with the new leases.
For later leases, right. And I got one of the old leases.
Yeah.
And everybody was concerned that it was gonna expire. And I should get the new lease. But I strongly suspect I'll expire before the new lease would expire.
You yourself.
Or lease would.
No.
Yeah, so that's gonna be kind of a moot point for me.
So you should have signed up for another 30 years, you got another 30 years.
I don't think it quite works that way.
I'm a little disappointed. Let's see.
So the thinking then is.
I have a copy of the
existing
lease.
At +3 and the new at +5.
3 to 5 rate.
Well, I think the other thing we're faced with here too is new hand construction. Because that's a whole different deal as far as the lease go, price wise. If somebody was to build a new hangar today, you know, that lease rate could be modified to be more in line with today's prices than what it was in the past. You gotta remember, you know, I've been here long enough that I remember paying $16 a year for a hangar lease. So.
And you're actually not talking about a hangar lease, you're talking about a land.
We're talking about the land.
Land underneath.
Yes.
I don't have that, I'm sorry. I thought I had it.
Well,
So I guess we gotta talk about the increase on existing people,
Right.
and then when new people come in.
well, that could, on the existing ones, we're stuck with either 3% or 5%,
Correct.
correct?
Right.
So that's a moot point.
So do we
Well, no,
want,
We gotta prove it, we gotta prove it.
We gotta pick a number.
3%, I would go with 3%.
You don't pick a number because it's in the lease.
well,
It's
the maximum
up
is
to.
in the lease.
Max
Up
two.
Oh, the max is in the
If
lease.
we could increase by 1%, 2%.
Okay, you know, we're gonna have to go with the max,
Yeah, I would.
you know, and to my way of thinking, because,
Be it more than,
you know, the inflation rate is what,
more than 3%.
yeah.
So I would go with 3, I just me.
Remember, that's only, so on, like my hangar, that's only $9.
I know it's not, but it's
A
the
year.
max we do.
So I think we need to go with max.
I think we do too.
3 and 5.
3 and 5, I
Okay.
think is a good number.
And then what is the new lease rate for
A new hangar,
a new rent, the new lease rate for the land?
Should be 315, because it was 3, it was 300.
Was it?
Yeah.
For new hangar
For the new hangar construction.
Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing that number.
Well, that's what mine is. So my hangar number 59, I pay 300 a year.
No, you pay 212.
No, not the 59. That's the new lease. My hangar 16, I pay 212.
Who charged you 212?
You,
I don't think so.
what do you pay a land?
Trying to think what it paid.
It's 296 with the stormwater added in.
It was 296.
Yours was 296?
Yeah, I remember that,
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's
I signed the new lease because I just bought hangar 59. Mine is 300. Pretty sure.
But if you wanna, so we make it 300 if it's not?
Just means by your
Well,
own. Small lunch.
I don't know that,
You think I could be wrong?
I think you might.
Okay, all right. So how do we resolve this? So we want to make a motion to raise the existing P hangars or the existing land lease, the maximum of
The
3%.
maximum allowable by the lease.
Right. Right.
And you just made a motion to that effect,
I did.
right? Okay,
I can second the motion.
great, second.
Okay, so this year, any new land leases are 300.
Right.
Okay.
And the old ones will go up also.
By 3 or 5%.
3 or 5%.
Correct.
By the maximum.
Right.
Okay.
I can get together with you and we can go over the leases.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Rob, does that need to be in the form of a proposal also, so that it can flow to you?
I assume so.
I didn't think that the lease rates had to be.
It was either Josh or
I'm
Rob that
pretty
a
sure,
year ago,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it
where
does.
they found it in some documentation.
Oh, I'm sure you dig far enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's make it a proposal, if that's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
Okay. Let's just do it that way, it's fine. Ship it off to the town board. and then
Wash your
have to deal
hands.
with it.
Do we wanna set a tie-down rate?
It was, what, 15 a month? I'm not even sure that,
It's been so
I'm not
long.
sure where that's at, to be honest with you.
How many tie downs we got?
Zero.
3, right?
Zero.
That's what I thought, 0. I don't think we're gonna worry about it.
You could raise it quite a bit, it wouldn't make a
Yeah,
difference.
make it $30 a month and we can double it.
At least have something in place. He should be.
Yeah, cause if somebody asks, hey, what is your tie-down rate? I could make up
Why
a
don't,
number.
why don't we just make a motion and set a tie down rate?
Tie down rate is $30 a month. What, I make a motion that tie down rate's $30 a month.
I'll second it.
We got 2 seconds.
Fine.
Pick your poison.
I did.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Okay, discuss and possibly take action on agricultural land. I had discussion with Nick Caw, and, he's out of town right now. But he definitely wants to rent the land again. Okay. He has, obviously he's got alfalfa planted in there, and that's like a 3-year crop, so he has to, recoup his 3-year investment there. Also, he had put in, beans over across the road here, and had inadvertently, planted part of the neighbor's field, thinking it was ours. So anyway, Nick worked out a deal with the neighbor once a day, because I guess the neighbor never said anything until, Nick had planted for the fall and was waiting for some rye to come up, some winter rye to come up over the fall. And somebody run a snowmobile over his winter rye, and he was having a fit about it. Well, it turns out, that was that guy's land that he planted the winter rye on. The guy said he had no problem with it, that's fine. So Nick worked out a side deal with him to take care of that, from what I understand. And, he will, he said when he gets back, he'll work up a lease for us.
Do we have a real good idea, because I think some of the neighbors their grass is growing out
Oh,
into the
yeah.
airport property. I mean, should we figure out where the lines are so that can be clear, or?
What would a survey cost?
Well, what Nick did is he went on, because there is a survey, okay. MSA has a survey available, and you can go on it and actually map it out and see just exactly the square foot, acreage, square footage and whatnot. And that's what he wants to get back, to figure out exactly how much of that is ours and how much of it is the neighbors, okay? But he said it looks like what he lost from the other area there where the pit was dug in the back. It looks like this over here is gonna pick him up about 2 to 2.5 acres. So it'll be a little more rent for us with him renting that area.
Do we set the rent rate? I think it's been the same for many years.
Is that lease for 1 year or multiple years?
I thought it was a multiple year lease, and I'm gonna have to talk to
I'd
Nick
like to see it
about
at least 2 years.
Well, you know,
He's
like,
got
if he
probably-
puts alfalfa in there, it should be 3 years.
That'd be just fine.
Now, he may already have on what property he's renting it from us previously, he may have a lease in effect on it.
Will you look at that now?
I will. I told him, and he said he'd get ahold of me when he came back, and he's not gonna be planting before our meeting in February anyway, so I think we'll be fine. Okay, that was just an informational kind of thing. Number 7, discuss and possibly take action on reducing vehicular traffic on taxiways and controlling vehicle speed.
I put that on because by observation, and I'm out here quite a bit, I've noticed several things. One is there pretty high-speed traffic going every, and I've yelled at people, even airport people, and tell them to slow down. But for no good reason, there seems to be a lot of vehicular traffic on the taxiway. And I challenged a couple of people within the past week or two, they were actually moving 2 cars into their hangar for the wintertime, 2 low-slung supercars of some kind. And that was okay because they said they had spoken with Jeff about that, but it seemed a little odd that they didn't go in through the road. And I asked them about that. They were nice, really nice people. New hangar renters in the new T hangars. And they said that they were concerned with the low slung clearance on their cars, and Jeff told them to go in, which was just fine. Well, but I think we really need to get a handle on this, and I know that there are, I would say a good solid handful of people that are here all winter, isn't many, that are just automatically drive to the taxiway and go to the hangar. It's 2 things. One, that's for airplanes. Airport laws, airport rules say they shouldn't be on there. And then we have the issue of salt dripping off their cars, which is serious. So I think that we should all probably be proactive in spotting those people and taking appropriate action.
What do you
I will send
think is appropriate?
I would say those chains with the spikes and the kids use, probably okay.
That
As a start.
might be a little aggressive.
I don't think so.
I suppose it just remind the people,
Yeah, just a gentle.
stay out of here, especially in the wintertime.
Well, even in the summertime, that's for.
Yeah,
that's
in
for
the summertime,
airplanes.
it's not
That's
necessary at
for
all.
airplanes.
And, you know, in the wintertime, like you said, my big concern is always salt coming off the vehicles and working their way down there on that taxiway. And salt and aluminum don't go well together.
Well, do you wanna talk to the, police? And as they're patrolling, if they see cars out there, issue warnings or?
Maybe have signs first.
Well,
Well, Frank's gone,
No signs.
no signs.
well, Frank does have a 10-mile-an-hour speed
He
limit
does,
sign out
and
there.
it's seldom adhered to.
I thought was probably a little slow.
Yeah,
but-
have you ever drove 10 miles an hour
Yeah.
through the airport?
Idle speed.
Try it. It's
Brisk walk, right?
I comply with that all the time.
See, we do have some people.
Right. Everybody's on your tail. But I can send out an email. I'll send it in the email.
Yeah, just a
Everybody,
reminder.
Reminder.
Yeah.
And so lately, I mean, this year when we were plowing, we